Hi gorgeous, it's Ker-leen. Thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna share 5 fragrances with you that are affordable but still smell like money. When I have these fragrances on, I receive compliments, they turn heads, they leave a lasting impression in every single room I step into. They're inviting, they make people wanna come in close. They are absolutely fantastic. If you're interested in hearing more, then please keep watching. Hey friend, I hope whenever you're watching this, you're having an amazing day. And if you're not, I hope this video can bring a smile to your face. Thank you so much for choosing to be here with me again. If you're new here on this channel, I talk luxury, I do review videos, I share my fragrance journey like this video right here. I sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle, and in every single video, I share some encouragement with you towards the end. If any of those things sound good to you, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also be sure to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when my videos drop. All right, let's get into it. This first fragrance is absolutely stunning. It is a bold fragrance that makes such a huge impression, and I am thoroughly impressed with this perfume. This is an Arabian perfume by Paris Corner. This is Eshal Vanilla. This is fairly new to my collection, but when I tell you I am obsessed with this perfume, it's crazy. I absolutely love this perfume. This perfume right here is one of the most luxurious smelling Arabian vanilla fragrances I have in my perfume collection. Eshal Vanilla is sugary, it's powdery, it's musky, it's resinous, it's bold, it's in your face, it's vanillic, but it's a deep vanilla, and it definitely leaves a lasting impression. Eshal Vanilla has sugar and sweet notes at the top. At the mid, you have some beautiful florals, and then at the base you have caramel, vanilla, and musk. I've talked about this fragrance recently in a previous video, so I'll link that video here. However, one of the things that I mentioned before is that this is supposed to be inspired by Vanilla 28 by Kayali. However, I feel like this is the deeper, warmer, bolder sister of Vanilla 28. I feel like this one is definitely much more of a substantial fragrance that has a stronger performance. I'm talking projection as well as sillage, and it's also longer lasting. So I feel like this one has a personality of its own. This is what I imagine Vanilla 28 would smell like if it was very well matured. This one definitely smells like it's so much stronger, deeper, bolder, and in my opinion, the performance is definitely superior. And this is one that when I have it on, I feel like I smell like $1 million. It smells like it cost me hundreds of dollars. This is your deep, rich type of vanilla fragrance that is perfect for really cold weather, especially cold evenings. It smells luxurious, and it definitely leaves a lasting impression. This is Eshal Vanilla. Speaking of vanilla fragrances that leave a lasting impression and smell incredibly expensive, this next one is by Juliana's Perfume. This is Double Decadence. Double Decadence is a fragrance that I absolutely love and is totally backup bottle worthy. Juliana's Perfume did such an incredible job on this fragrance, y'all. This is one of the fragrances I would say is 95% similar to what it's inspired by, which is Ker-leen's Spiritueuse Double Vanille. This smells almost exactly like the original. It's quite impressive. I don't know how they did it, but it's incredible. This is also a fragrance that gets me tons of compliments every single time I have it on. It's a scent profile that everyone loves, from young to old. Even my 5-year-old comes in close and gives me hugs and cuddles and nuzzles me whenever I have this on. It is the cutest thing, but this is one of his favorite perfumes on me. Whenever I put this on, I already know he's gonna come in and get some hugs and tell me how good I smell. So this is such a gorgeous vanilla. And unlike the previous fragrance that was more of a bold, kind of nighttime, rich, robust vanilla fragrance, this one feels more subdued. However, this one is long lasting, and it's enveloping, and it's just the most beautiful, cozy, classy smelling vanilla fragrance ever. It is so good. Yes, it is so beautiful. And for the price, this is like a must-have. It's like I said, it's backup bottle worthy because it's incredible. And I feel like a little goes a long way because I've been wearing this thing out, but I still have quite a bit of fragrance in here. So this is a very, very good buy. So this one has lasting power. A little goes a long way. People smell this fragrance on me at about an arm's length distance, and that projection lasts about 4 to 5 hours before this becomes a nice little scent bubble that is perceivable by anyone that is in my vicinity. It's so beautiful. Double Decadence has this extremely discreet and very balanced, very well portioned incense note at the top that gives this fragrance some depth and character and keeps it from just smelling like a plain old boring vanilla fragrance. The incense is there, but it does not take over the opening of this fragrance. In the opening, there's also pink pepper and bergamot. And at the heart, you have a crisp cedar note, ylang ylang, which is a floral note that I love, Bulgarian rose, and jasmine. And then at the base, you have a healthy dose of vanilla and a rich benzoin. So this one is what I like to call a classy, cozy vanilla fragrance. And I feel like Juliana's Perfume did an incredible job at making this fragrance smell just as elegant and sophisticated and classy and expensive as the original, which is Spiritueuse Double Vanille by Ker-leen. This is one that is high on my recommendation list. This is Double Decadence by Juliana's Perfume. So this next one is everything I love about perfume in a single fragrance. If you've been watching me for a little while and we share similar tastes, then I think you will enjoy this fragrance as well. This is Nafais Shark by Eshal. This fragrance is sweet, it's fruity, it's creamy, it's lactonic, it's floral, it's vanillic. It's just everything I love about perfume in one single bottle. Not to mention the performance is amazing. So this fragrance has an incredible projection. It is super duper long lasting, and it has a very nice sillage that sits in the air. At the top, we have a beautiful gardenia, vanilla, and apricot. At the mid, we have pear, whitewood, and freesia. And at the base, we have a rich amber, a bourbon vanilla, and musk. I have shared my thoughts on this fragrance previously, so I'll go ahead and link a video right here for you so that you can hear more of my thoughts. But just know this is my current obsession. It is so good. This is an inspiration of Bacciami by Bulgari, and I must say, this is like the thicker, creamier version of that fragrance. And I find that this inspiration definitely scratches the itch for Bacciami if that's a fragrance that you've been curious about, or if maybe you just don't want to run through your Bacciami too quickly. In my opinion, this is a must-have. This is Nafais Shark by Eshal. Okay, so this next one is another floral fragrance that has everything I love about perfume in a bottle. This is another beautiful fragrance by Juliana's Perfume. This is Aurelia. Aurelia is still pretty new to my collection and I'm still getting to know this fragrance, but this one, friends, was a love at first sniff. It's so elegant and beautiful and sweet and ethereal. I absolutely love this perfume. It's so pretty. Oh, yes. Yes, it is so, so pretty. This is one that's ethereal, it's ultra feminine, it's soft, it's sophisticated. However, the performance is quite impressive, especially for a newer fragrance from Juliana's Perfume. I usually have to let my fragrances sit for a little bit, so I can only imagine how good this is going to smell once I've allowed it some more time to mature. It is beautiful. Aurelia has orange, pear water, and bergamot at the top. At the mid, we have some more water-like florals like lotus and water lily, as well as a pink mimosa. And then at the base, we have amber, white cedarwood, and vanilla. So with this fragrance, I feel like those beautiful, fresh notes at the top and the water-like florals is what keeps this smelling so soft and ethereal and beautiful and very, very feminine. This is so pretty. This smells like the most perfect fairy tale in a bottle. It's fresh, it's water-like, it's fruity, it's sweet, and then you combine that with the vanilla and that cedarwood as it starts to dry down, and you get something that also smells very refined and elegant and sophisticated. Honestly, the visuals on the bottle truly depict what this smells like. It definitely smells like an ethereal dream and just the most beautiful fairy tale. They did such such a good job on this one. This is what I like to call an ethereal, ultra feminine, and expensive smelling fragrance. This is Aurelia by Juliana's Perfume. If you're interested in these two fragrances right here, Juliana's Perfume has a Black Friday sale coming up, so check my description box for all of the details and stay tuned for the sale. Y'all, these are incredible. Okay, y'all, editing Ker-leen here. I wanted to share an update about this fragrance. I took it for a spin the other day and I wore it to a heated mat Pilates class. And after the class, a girlie walked up to me and said, "Wow, you smell so good." I ended up having to show her the fragrance. She pulled out her phone and I showed her the exact fragrance I was wearing. So I say that to say this is quite beautiful. And as I'm getting to know this fragrance, I'm falling more in love with it. Right now, Juliana's Perfume is having their biggest sale of the year. You can get up to 50% off of the entire store, and that discount is automatically applied at checkout. So definitely check out the links in my description box. And last but certainly not least, if you're someone that really loves the Angel Share DNA and scent profile, this next perfume is definitely that scent profile and then some. Honestly, I actually prefer this one to the original, and I'll tell you why. This is Gulf Orchid's Sweet Heaven. Sweet Heaven has hazelnut, cacao, and orange at the top. At the mid, you have myrrh, cashmere wood, and amber. And then at the base, you have tonka, vanilla, sandalwood, and musk. I have talked about this one on the channel before as well, so I'll go ahead and share a previous video here. However, what I love about this one is that I feel like it's a little bit lighter than Angel Share, and therefore it smells a little bit more feminine leaning than Angel Share. So if you thought Angel Share was a little bit too unisex, maybe even a little too masculine leaning for you, then this might be one to check out, because in my opinion, this is sweeter and lighter. It bears all of the richness and boldness of Angel Share while being a little bit more wearable, in my opinion. Especially if you live in a warmer climate and it never really gets cold enough for something like Angel Share. And this one, y'all, it just smells so absolutely luxurious. This smells like it cost me hundreds of dollars, but it's definitely one of the more affordable ones that I've shown you today. It is so good. This is another one of my heavy hitter fragrances, perfect for the cold weather, perfect for fall and winter evenings, for date nights, for special occasions. That's the type of fragrance this is. Whenever I have this on, I feel like I smell like $1,000,000. This is Sweet Heaven by Gulf Orchid. Okay, friend, so we have come to the end of the video. If it was helpful to you, if it put a smile on your face or brought any joy to your day, don't forget to give it a thumbs up on your way out. If you enjoy fragrance content, I make lots of it on this channel, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and also turn on your notifications so you don't miss my future uploads. Also, as we're now in the holiday season, I wanted to take a moment to remind you that I do have a 30-day devotional that is out right now. It's available on Amazon, on Etsy, and on my website, fitnessprincess.co. It is called Align and Reign, and I have my copy right here for you. This is a 30-day devotional I wrote to help you embrace your identity, grace, and purpose as God's princess. Inside, the journal is broken down in sections and 4-week chunks or sections, and on every page you have scripture, a wellness practice, and prayer. Lots of lines, or you can write down your thoughts, your prayers, your feelings, and anything else you feel God is sharing with you, maybe even some action steps. Sometimes the wellness practice will ask you to write something down. You can use these lines to do that as well. This devotional came about because it's something that I felt I needed in my own life. Something that as a busy mom, scholar, and entrepreneur, I could pick up on days when I was on the go and still continue to grow in my relationship with God, as well as to remember who I am, whose I am, and connect to my purpose on a daily basis. So if that's you, I encourage you to pick one up. And I also think that as we approach the holiday season, this will be an amazing gift to another woman in your life. This is not only perfect for another adult woman in your life, but I think this would be great for teenagers and even young adults. All of the links for Align and Reign, my 30-day devotional, will be in the description box. Today, I wanted to share a little nugget of wisdom that I received recently that reminded me that it's okay and that I can breathe and that I have to keep putting one foot in front of the other each and every day. And that is that whenever we plant a seed in the ground, the seed has to endure the weight of soil. It has to grow and fight its way through that soil before it becomes a seedling and then ultimately blooms into whatever it was meant to bloom into. I was listening to an audio devotional, and when I heard that, it instantly encouraged me. And I wanted to encourage you today that if you're in a season where it feels like you're hidden or unseen or overlooked, but you're doing your best, you're working hard, don't give up. Keep working, keep fighting, keep growing, and use this time to truly seek out the wisdom and the knowledge and the strength that you need for what's going to be your future. Sometimes we tend to only look at what we want for the future, but I had to remind myself recently that what I want from the future, it may only be a fraction of something that my mind cannot even conceive. And so it's important for me not to rush, but to rest and to work and to grow and build and gain knowledge and wisdom and strength, even in a season where I feel overlooked and I may be hidden. The important thing is to make sure that even in that season, you're doing the best you can and you're working and giving it your all. In due time, everything you've been working towards will contribute to you blossoming into something you could have never imagined. As always, I will be over here doing the exact same thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye!